Hello everybody and welcome to another segment of At the Table. Well, today we've got another topic to talk about and I thought today we'll try keep it a bit more lighter or a bit more fun depending on who likes this type of stuff. I love it, to be fair. Today we're going to talk about the McGregor fight. Everybody knows that McGregor was fighting Poirier and it was a good fight to watch, but for others, for me mainly, it wasn't really amazing, but it was something to watch. We saw McGregor going toe to toe with Poirier. First round was a very good round for McGregor. He was giving it obviously a bit of smudges, shoulders, giving the reach as well, because he had arms reach. It was a good first round for him. And moving on, it turned out to be a bit of a blow for blow. Maybe it might have been McGregor has been out of action for a little while.
Wow.
If everybody remembers, I think it was back in last year, he was ranked third in the UFC. After this match, after this defeat, of course, he's now ranked 14th, which, or was it 4th? And now he's 14th, but one of the two, but he's now dropped 9 places straight away. Well, congratulations to Poirier. We saw this fight. It was, some people say it was good, but I personally thought it was all right. It wasn't like a wow thing. We had, McGregor came out talking to everybody else the following morning. I think he tweeted, it was one of those things. He was modest, to be fair. I think it brought him down to earth a little bit there, that loss, which is it's nice to see. When you lose, you got to admit that you lost to a better fighter. And he did say, well, he didn't say exactly that he was a better fighter, that Poirier was a better fighter, but he just mentioned that it was one of those days and he showed himself back at the sites. It was just mucking about back at the sites, you could lose everything. It was quite funny because we also saw Mayweather come out. He threw in, everybody knows when Conor McGregor went for the head-to-head with Mayweather, that there was a lot of trash talk going on. He came out obviously after, whenever Conor loses, you know what I mean? Mayweather always has to come out. He came out and he was saying one or two things about what he saw. There was a comment about one guy who mentioned, why is it that when people don't really like Mayweather because of how he handles himself, how he does a lot of this trash talk and everything else, but they tend to take a greater liking to McGregor, but yet he does exactly the same thing. Just looking at it now, actually. And it turns out Mayweather took out to respond to this. And this is what Mayweather said. He looked at it first, he goes, with these, quotes in his own response. I seen this post and my take on it is that the world knows con artist Mark Loser can steal everything from me and be loved, but I'm hated. That just lets you all know that racism still exists. Just know that that bum will never be me or be on my level. I mean, obviously, I understand, obviously, they've got a bit of blood going on. They love, exchanging, just like how 50 Cent has a bit of that blood between him and Mayweather as well. They love that exchange every now and then. What is your take on this? Do you think that's the reason why both characters they act kind of exactly the same way? Well, we know you got to have a bit of trash talk in any kind of sport to bring the best out of it. And it comes with it, to be fair. And the crowd loves it. We all love that trash talk. That's why we pay to watch it. But what is your take? Do you think it's because people they don't mind Conor acting that way, but they mind Mayweather acting that way? Is it because is it racial discrimination? We want to hear what you think. I personally think sometimes it's quite easy for people to lean towards one side just because there's a contrast of people there. But what is your take on that? Would love to hear what your take is on that. He then goes further, right, to say, I'm just built different. My mindset is on another planet. My skills are second to none. I'm a natural born winner. And yes, I talk a lot of trash, so at least he's admitting it. But every time I back it up. Well, quite frankly, that's true. Mayweather's never lost. McGregor's kind of lost I think he's got 2 losses now, if I remember correctly. But it's not the first time he's lost, and then he has to go back and fight again. Mayweather's never lost again, so we'll give him that one. He's never lost, and he's second to none. Whereas McGregor, I think, is probably, well, he's ranking at 13th or 14th now, so he's kind of like 14th, not even second, which I found quite interesting and quite funny. So now he has to wait. He was hoping that he'll get a fight again with Manny Pacquiao, but obviously that's totally out of the way. And we also saw Jack Paul come out, and he was having a laugh at McGregor, because he was talking about how is it possible that McGregor could get beaten for 5 million by a bum. How is that possible? And yet he denied a chance to fight with Jake Paul for 50 million. I think in a way maybe he wanted a contest, because some of this stuff, we're watching a lot of people from the boxing nation going to fight MMA fighters fighting boxers. We all know it's not a compatible fight. They're not matched, but we're still watching it. We're paying for all of this, and we also know that in reality, what the result is always going to be. So I find it pretty hard that why is it we all are paying for all of this stuff and we're encouraging this? Isn't this a bit like we're getting duped, or we are running out of excitement in things to watch, that we having to take those extremes? Everyone's just taking the same moments. I remember a fight. What was the other fight we watched? Mike Tyson, when he came back, everyone was so excited about that fight. But when we watched it, really, that wasn't really like a full-on fight where you're thinking, oh, you know what, this is real. Like the good olden days, when you'd fight and like this is on, it's going on. Whether it was, of course, if we're talking about Mike Tyson, he still got it because of his age and everything. And that fight, we understand it wasn't a lot that was going to come out of it. But all of these, like Mayweather fighting McGregor fighting Jake Paul, and come on, guys, you might as well give us a chance, you know what I mean? Give somebody from the street a chance to fight all of these guys. Give that money to them. I think that's more worthwhile. That's more exciting. And then you never know, there might be an upset, which is quite what most people would love to see. That's my personal view anyway. So anyway, that's the catch up on that one. It's exciting. There's more coming up. Catch you on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and tell your friends. Peace.